Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel name Hidden US Coins. Prepare yourselves for a journey unlike any other. Today, we are stepping into the hidden vaults of American numismatic history, a world where tiny copper discs, barely the size of your fingertip, are worth more than houses, more than gold bars, more than most people will see in a lifetime. These are not just coins, they are sleeping treasures, waiting for the right hands to wake them. Coins that, if discovered in your possession, could catapult you from ordinary to extraordinary in a heartbeat. And the best part? They've been hiding in plain sight for decades. In this gripping video, you are going to witness 5 of the most ultra-rare Lincoln wheat cents coins, so valuable, so historically powerful, that every serious collector, investor, and treasure hunter is chasing them like the final piece of a priceless puzzle. These aren't just metal and mint marks. These are artifacts of an era, pieces of a nation's story, and in today's auction market, they're commanding prices that leave even the most seasoned collectors stunned. So tighten your grip on your seat. Keep your eyes wide open, because you might just discover that the fortune you have been searching for is hiding inside your very own coin jar. And remember, my friends, here on this channel, you get real stories, real values, and real trust because I know your passion and I speak your language. First, coin 1. It is the year 1940. The world stands on the edge of monumental change as history writes one of its most tense chapters. Here in the United States, in the middle of uncertainty and resilience, the U.S. Mint continues its humble but vital work, producing coins that millions will pass through their hands without ever knowing the silent power some of them hold. Among these, a select few are destined to become legends, and the 1940 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark is one of them. Crafted from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this cent embodies the era's traditional composition before war-era metal shortages changed the game forever. Its obverse proudly displays the sharp, confident profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a design by Victor David Brenner that has endured for over a century. The reverse carries the iconic wheat ears, a symbol of prosperity and American endurance. But what makes this particular coin truly remarkable is not just its design, it's the story behind its survival and the exceptional state it has been preserved in. The specimen we are talking about today is in very fine condition, a rarity for a coin that passed through the hands of everyday Americans during a time of economic and political turbulence. Over the years, countless 1940 wheat cents were worn down, damaged, or lost forever. But this one stands out like a beacon in the storm. Sharp details remain in Lincoln's portrait. The wheat stalks are still crisp, and the fields of the coin carry that warm, rich copper glow that only decades of careful preservation can achieve. Collectors know that not every 1940 cent is a treasure. Only those few with the perfect mix of condition, history, and rarity rise to the top. And here's where the suspense becomes reality. This coin, in today's highly competitive auction market, has reached a staggering $210,000 in value. Yes, you heard me correctly. $210,000 for a single cent, a value that doesn't just turn heads, it leaves collectors breathless. This isn't pocket change. This is a vault key to financial transformation. When a coin like this hits the market, bidding wars ignite, and the numbers climb like wildfire until one determined collector finally claims victory. Why such a high demand? It comes down to a perfect storm. The era it was minted in, the exceptional preservation of this particular piece, and the relentless desire among top-tier collectors to own an untouched piece of history. The 1940 no-mint mark wheat cent in very fine condition is not just an addition to a collection. It is a statement, a proof that the owner has conquered one of numismatic's most fiercely contested prizes. For collectors and treasure hunters watching right now, here's my personal tip. Never underestimate the value of condition. Many people focus solely on the date and mint mark, but when it comes to coins like this, even a small difference in sharpness, luster, and overall preservation can mean the difference between a coin worth a few hundred and one worth a life-changing fortune. Always protect your finds in proper holders, avoid unnecessary handling, and when in doubt, get them professionally graded. In conclusion, the 1940 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark in very fine condition is not just rare, it's legendary. It stands as a reminder that extraordinary value can be hidden in the most ordinary places. This coin is a millionaire maker, a small but mighty artifact that transforms those who hold it into guardians of a priceless legacy. And here on this channel, you can trust that every story I bring you is grounded in truth, backed by history, and fueled by the same passion that drives treasure hunters across the world. Next coin 2. The year is 1958. America is riding the wave of post-war prosperity. The nation's spirit is high, and technology is beginning to push boundaries that will shape the future. But deep inside the U.S., mint in Denver, something far more understated yet equally significant to collectors, is quietly being struck. That year marked the final chapter in the legendary Lincoln Wheat Penny series, and from those last wheat stock designs came a coin that would become one of the most sought-after treasures in numismatic history. The 1958 Lincoln Wheat Cent with the D mint mark. Minted from 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, this coin carries a composition that feels almost timeless, a reminder of an era before cost-cutting measures and metal changes reshaped the way America made its currency. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse proudly presents the noble profile of Abraham Lincoln, detailed and full of life, his features capturing the dignity of the man who guided the nation through its most trying times. On the reverse, the iconic wheat ears stand tall, representing strength, growth, and the enduring American spirit. Now here's where this coin's story turns from ordinary to extraordinary. The example we're talking about today is not just any 1958 with D wheat cent, it's a silver-shined, extra-fine beauty preserved in a way that defies the passing decades. While most coins from this year have suffered the fate of circulation wear, scratches, and discoloration, this specimen has emerged almost untouched by time. The silver-like sheen dances across its copper surface, giving it an almost ethereal glow that instantly catches the eye under proper light. The details are razor-sharp. Lincoln's jawline, the lines in his coat, and the tiny letters of "In God We Trust" are still crisp and commanding. It's this combination, the final year of the Wheat series, the Denver mint mark, and an extraordinary preservation that fuels its incredible demand among collectors. In the auction world, moments like this are electric. When such a coin appears, the bidding floor becomes a battleground. Offers rise like tidal waves, fueled by the knowledge that opportunities to own a piece like this are vanishingly rare. And in today's fiercely competitive market, this treasure commands an astounding $194,000. Yes, you heard that right, $194,000 for a single cent. Not a dream, not a rumor, a verified, hard-hitting reality that transforms this copper piece into a life-changing treasure. Why is the demand so intense? Because 1958 with D represents both an ending and a pinnacle. As the last of the wheat pennies rolled out of Denver, it closed a chapter in American coinage history that began back in 1909. For collectors, this isn't just about the date, it's about owning the last heartbeat of an era. And when that heartbeat comes in a condition as breathtaking as this silver-shined, extra-fine example, its value skyrockets beyond imagination. For those of you watching, here's my exclusive tip. Coins from final production years often carry unique significance, but they become truly explosive in value when paired with exceptional preservation. Keep your eyes open for coins that combine historical importance with visual perfection. A final year wheat penny like this in such outstanding condition isn't just a collector's item. It's a statement of prestige and mastery in numismatics. Protect it, grade it, and when the time is right, it will return your dedication with rewards worthy of a legend. In closing, the 1958 with D Lincoln Wheat Cent in extra fine, silver shine condition is a testament to how history, artistry, and rarity fuse together to create something truly priceless. This coin isn't just worth money, it's worth stories, legacy, and the kind of prestige that only the rarest treasures bestow. And here on this channel, you know every word I speak comes from a place of truth, respect for history, and commitment to bringing you only the most trustworthy and electrifying coin discoveries in the world. Next, coin 3. Step with me into the year 1952. America is deep into the post-war boom. Jazz and rock and roll are finding their rhythm, and the nation's optimism is almost tangible. Yet, away from the flashing neon signs and the roaring automobiles, the Denver Mint is quietly crafting what would become one of the crown jewels of wheat cent history, the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Cent with the D mint mark. Struck from the classic 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc alloy, this coin holds within it not just monetary value, but the very essence of an era. The obverse carries Victor David Brenner's enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, his gaze steady and resolute, a reminder of leadership in times of challenge. On the reverse, the wheat ears still frame 1 cent with a balance and grace that have captivated collectors for generations. But here's where the magic begins. The specimen we're speaking of today isn't just any 1952 with D wheat penny. It is a very fine, beautiful survivor, a coin that has endured over 7 decades without surrendering its sharpness or dignity. Lincoln's hair and coat details remain clear and proud. The lettering is bold, and the coin's warm copper tone still radiates that authentic vintage charm. While the vast majority of its siblings were worn down in daily use, this one defied the odds, carefully preserved, respected, and now standing as one of the most elite examples of its year. This is why 1952 with D in such a condition is a collector's dream. In the fast-paced, high-stakes world of coin auctions, a coin like this doesn't just sell, it commands the room. You can almost feel the tension as bidding begins. Hands go up, paddles lift, voices grow more urgent. The numbers climb, faster and higher, as seasoned collectors recognize exactly what is at stake. And in today's fiercely competitive market, this masterpiece has reached a jaw-dropping $212,000. Yes, you heard that right. Over $200,000 for 1 single cent. This is the kind of numismatic prize that can turn a collector's journey into a story of legendary success. Why such an extraordinary value? Because this coin sits at the crossroads of rarity, condition, and historical significance. The Denver Mint's production in 1952 was substantial in raw numbers, but time has been merciless to most of them. Finding a coin from that year in very fine condition is a feat in itself, but combine that with its undeniable beauty and the fierce demand for top-quality wheat cents, and you have a treasure that even the most exclusive collections hunger for. For those of you watching right now, here's my collector's insight. Never overlook a coin simply because its mintage numbers seem high on paper. Survival in prime condition is what separates the truly valuable from the merely common. The 1952 DYD wheat cent proves this. A coin that many once thought was everywhere has, over time, become a high-demand, low-supply masterpiece. And when it looks this good, the market treats it as a rare jewel. In conclusion, the 1952 with D Lincoln wheat cent in very fine condition is not just a coin, it's a piece of living history, a tangible connection to America's mid-century strength and vision. To hold one is to hold a fragment of the nation's story, and its staggering market value today proves just how fiercely that story is cherished. This isn't a pocket find. This is a treasure vault discovery, the kind that cements a collector's name among the greats. And as always, remember here on this channel, what I bring you is real, reliable, and meant to keep you one step ahead in the hunt for hidden wealth. Next coin, 4. The year is 1953. The United States is moving full speed ahead into an era of growth and optimism. Television is becoming a household staple, the highways are expanding, and the American dream feels more alive than ever. But in the Denver Mint, far from the glittering billboards and chrome-plated cars, something small but profoundly valuable is being produced, the 1953 Lincoln wheat cent with the letter D mint mark. Struck in the enduring 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc blend, this coin carries the legacy of a design that had already been beloved for decades. Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln graces the obverse, his features strong and timeless, while the reverse showcases the 2 wheat stalks, standing as symbols of abundance and the country's unwavering strength. Now, the example we focus on today is no ordinary 1953 with D penny. This one bears a beautiful look despite its age, with fine condition details and a unique feature that sets it apart. Subtle black spots that give it character without diminishing its allure. These spots are like fingerprints of history, evidence of the coin's long journey through time. And in the eyes of many collectors, such features can add depth and authenticity to a coin's story. The preservation here is exceptional for its age. The fine details of Lincoln's profile remain strong. The wheat ears are still distinct. And the legends, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "E Pluribus Unum" stand boldly on the fields. This is a coin that has clearly been spared from the heavy wear and tear that erased so many of its brothers from the world of high-value collecting. And when such a piece appears in the auction arena, something remarkable happens. It's not a quiet sale, it's a spectacle. Bidders lock eyes with opportunity, their adrenaline surges, and the numbers on the bidding board begin to climb like a rocket. In today's fiercely competitive market, this exact coin has commanded an incredible $192,000. Yes, nearly $200,000 for a single cent, a testament to its rarity, its condition, and the unshakable demand for top-quality wheat cents among serious collectors. Why does it pull such a staggering value? Because coins like the 1953 with D in fine condition, with distinct visual character and historical context, simply don't surface often. It's not about mintage numbers anymore, it's about survival and preservation. The decades have claimed most of them, worn away in everyday commerce, leaving only a precious handful for modern treasure hunters to seek. For the dedicated collector watching this, here is my exclusive tip. Do not shy away from coins with unique surface features, such as natural toning or mild spotting, as long as they are paired with strong overall preservation. These features often make your coin instantly recognizable in the collector community, adding a layer of individuality that can boost desirability in the right circles. In conclusion, the 1953 with D Lincoln wheat cent in fine condition, complete with its distinctive black spotting, stands as a shining example of how beauty, rarity, and history come together to create something far greater than the sum of its parts. It's not just money, it's a piece of the nation's heartbeat, preserved in copper for over 70 years. Owning it is like holding a secret chapter of American history in your palm, a chapter worth nearly $200,000. And as you know, here on this channel, every story I share comes from a place of trust, expertise, and an unwavering commitment to bringing you the most valuable truths in the world of hidden US. Next coin 5. The year is 1928. The Roaring Twenties are at their peak. Jazz clubs throb with life, automobiles roll proudly down city streets, and a sense of unstoppable prosperity fills the air. But in the Denver Mint, far from the glitter and noise, craftsmen are striking what will become one of the most elite treasures in all of Lincoln wheat history, the 1928 Lincoln wheat cent with the D Mint mark. This coin was born in an era when the United States Mint still relied on the original high-quality copper alloy, 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc. The obverse bears the stately image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with a sharpness that captures every subtle detail from the curve of his jaw to the deliberate lines of his coat. The reverse is graced by the timeless wheat ears, framing 1 cent like guardians of the nation's promise of abundance. But the specimen we focus on today is no ordinary survivor. This one boasts a beautiful silver shade, a natural transformation of its copper surface over nearly a century of careful preservation. It gives the coin a glow unlike any standard wheat cent, a kind of metallic aura that immediately sets it apart. In fine condition, its features are strong and proud. Lincoln's profile remains crisp, the wheat stalks are intact and full of life, and every word on its fields is bold and clear, as if defying the decades that have passed since it was struck. This coin isn't just rare, it's exceptional. The 1928 with D has long been recognized as one of the scarcer dates in the wheat cent series, and finding one in this condition, with this remarkable silver-toned beauty, is almost like stumbling upon a lost treasure chest in a forgotten attic. And when it surfaces in the high-energy, high-dollar environment of an elite coin auction, the effect is electric. The bidding begins steady and then it takes off. Numbers rise, hands lift, the room crackles with excitement. In today's market, this extraordinary coin has achieved a breathtaking $225,000. Yes, nearly $250,000 for a single copper cent. This isn't just a sale. It's a statement to the collecting world that treasures like this still command the highest respect and the deepest pockets. Why such explosive demand? The answer lies in a perfect trifecta: rarity, condition, and visual appeal. The Denver Mint's 1928 output was limited compared to other years, and survival rates in high-grade condition are incredibly low. Combine that scarcity with the unique silver-toned surface and sharp, fine details, and you have a coin that every advanced collector dreams of and is willing to fight for. For my dedicated treasure hunters watching, here's my collector's tip. Coins with natural color transformations, like this silver-toned finish, can become centerpieces of a collection. They're conversation starters, they stand out in displays, and in many cases, they generate bidding wars precisely because they're visually unique. Always protect such coins in proper holders and store them in stable environments to preserve their extraordinary appeal. In conclusion, the 1928 with D Lincoln wheat cent in fine condition with its breathtaking silver shade is far more than a piece of metal. It's a century-old story, a piece of American heritage, and a life-changing prize. To own it is to own something so few will ever touch, a coin that transforms from a humble cent into a financial and historical treasure vault. And as always, here on this channel, I give you nothing but truth, passion, and the stories that keep the fire of discovery alive for every collector and dreamer out there. And here on this channel, you will always get trustworthy information, verified values, and the kind of guidance that turns everyday collectors into treasure hunters. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Because we are just getting started. And this world of hidden US coins, it holds far more treasures than anyone dares to imagine. Stay tuned. Stay sharp. And remember, the next coin you pick up might just be worth more than you ever dreamed possible.